Hi children, good morning. In the previous episode, we have discussed the different types of animals. That is, the animals are classified into 5 types based on their habitat. That is, terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, and amphibians, arboreal animals, and aerial animals. And also, we have discussed in the previous chapter the classification of animals on their food habits as herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. So, children, now in this episode, we are going to discuss the next chapter, that is the 4th lesson, production in living things. So, children, what are the living things? So, the things which are move or which have life are called living things. So, what are living things? The living things are nothing but those things which have life are called living things. So, can you give me examples for living things? So, already we have discussed different types of living things in the previous chapters. So, could you give me what are the living things? So, the examples for the living things are animals and plants, that is trees. Animals, plants are living things. So, children, animals means all types of animals that we have discussed in the previous chapter, that is aquatic animals, terrestrial animals, and also arboreal animals, aerial animals, amphibians, and all these are the different types of animals which comes under living things. And also plants are also living things. So how we can say these are animals? So we can say the things which are living things based on some characteristics. So both living things and non-living things can be distinguished based on some characteristics which you have learnt in the previous classes, that is in second class, in first class. We have learnt about the characteristics of living things and non-living things. So living things means those things which have life are called living things. Example, animals and plants. And what are non-living things? So non-living things are those things which does not have life, are called non-living things. So what are non-living things? So those things which have not life. So those things which have not life are called non-living things, and all the things, that means the stones and different types of items like stones and tables and chairs, this pen, board and books, all these are non-living things because they does not have life. So how can we distinguish between these living things and non-living things? So we can distinguish between living things and non-living things based on some characteristics. So what are those characteristics? So those living things have some special characteristics, whereas the non-living things does not have such characteristics. So let us see what are the characteristics of living things. So all the living things can grow. So all living things can grow. And the second one is all living things will eat food. So all living things will eat food. And another one is all living things can breathe. So all living things can breathe. So children, so these are some special characteristics. That is all living things grow and they will eat food and they will breathe air. And another one is reproduction. So another one is reproduction. So reproduction. And another characteristic is they can move. So all living things can move. So children, so these are some special characteristics of living things. That is all living things grow. They will eat food. They will breathe air. And reproduction, they will reproduce. And another one is they will move from one place to another place, whereas the non-living things does not have these characteristics. So now our chapter is about the characteristics of living things, about reproduction. So now we are going to discuss this reproduction in living things. So what is reproduction? So children, what is reproduction? So all you have learnt about these characteristics in the previous lessons. So all you have learnt about these characteristics in previous classes and in previous chapters. So let us see once again what is reproduction. So all living things can have the capability of giving birth to their young babies. So all living things can give birth to their young babies. So all living things can give birth to their young babies. So children, so all living things have the capability of giving birth to their young babies. So this is called, so children, so this capability of living things giving birth to their young babies is called reproduction. And these young babies are looking similar to their parents. That means looking similar to their mothers and fathers. So this is called reproduction. So these characteristics will have only the living things, whereas the non-living things does not have this capability. So what is reproduction? So reproduction is the process of giving birth to their young ones, that is to their young babies is called reproduction. And again, so children, so these young babies will grow into adult ones. So after a few days, or after a few months, or after a few years, these young babies gradually grow into adults. And children, so these adults can gradually grow into old one, and finally they will die. And finally they will die. So children, so if it takes place, the race will be extinct, because so if the young babies grows into adults and then they become old, and if they died, then they cannot live on this earth for more years. So that's why to continue their race, to continue their species on this earth for more years, they have the capability of reproduction. So how can they continue their race to live on this earth? So because children, so these adults can again give birth to the young babies, that is small kids. And these young babies again grow into adults and again grow into older one and become ready. And again these adults gave birth to the young babies. So in this way, this process continues, and their species, that means their race, will continue to live on this earth for more years. So if the living things does not have the capability of reproduction, then they does not exist on this earth for more years. So because of this capability of reproduction only, so all living things can able to continue their species on this earth for more years. So because so their adults again produces young babies, they will grow into adult, and those adults again gave birth to young babies, and they gave again birth to young babies. In this way, this process continues up to hundreds of years, and they can live on this earth for more years. So children, so this is about the process reproduction. So all living things have the capability of reproducing their young babies. So because of this capability of reproduction only, they are able to continue their species to live on this earth for more years. So children, now we are going to the next topic, that is different types of reproduction in animals. So now we are going to discuss about what are the different types of reproduction in animals. That means how the animals can reproduce their younger ones. So in what ways they can reproduce their younger ones. So children, so generally all the animals will reproduce in two ways. So what are the two ways? So the first one is some animals can reproduce. That means some animals directly gave birth to their young babies. So some animals directly gave birth to their young babies. So children, this is the first way. So some animals can give directly birth to their young babies. So this is the first way. By using they can reproduce their younger ones, that is their young babies. And where is the second one is, whereas some animals reproduce by laying eggs. Some animals can reproduce by laying eggs. So children, by using these two types, all the animals can reproduce their young babies, that is young ones. So what is the first one? So whereas some animals directly gave birth to their young babies, so this is the first type of reproduction. And another way is some animals reproduce by laying eggs. So let us discuss about each one in detail. So let us see what is the first one. So that is some animals gave birth to their young babies. So children, if you take, generally we observe, if you take some animals, for example, so children, if you take example dogs and cows, cats, and also rats and deer, lions, tigers. So children, in this way, all these are. So if you consider dogs, cows, cats and goats, you can observe these animals in your surroundings and in the houses of some people. So all these animals are examples for those animals which can reproduce. So that means they can give directly birth to their young babies. So whereas, if you take, children, generally, their young babies, they will carry their young babies inside their mother's body. So that young babies are present inside their mother's body, and when they are fully developed, that means when they are fully developed inside their mother's body, so then they will get born. So children, do you understand how these are gave directly birth to their young babies? So that means, see the dogs, cows, cats, goats, and also lions, tigers, all these animals gave birth directly to their young babies. How can they produce? That means, these animals carry their young babies inside their body. So that means their new babies, that means their young babies are present inside the mother's body up to certain period. So after completing that certain period, they will come out. That means they will give birth to their young babies. So that certain period up to which they will present inside their mother's body is called gestation period. So children, what is that? So gestation period. So what is gestation period? So gestation period is the time, that is the number of days up to which the new babies will present inside their mother's body. So during this gestation period, they will develop inside their mother's body. That means, all the organs, their hands, legs and head, heart, brain and different parts of their body and different organs will be completely developed inside their mother's body. So after they are completely developed, then those mothers, that means their parents, gave birth to their young babies. So that period is called gestation period. So after completing the gestation period, these animals can give birth to their young babies. So whereas if you take a dog, the young baby of dog can be called as puppy. That means pup. So you can observe the small pups of the dogs in your street and in the houses of some people. So they are very looking cute and beautiful. In the same way, whereas the young baby of cow, is called calf. So whereas the young baby of cat, the young baby of cats is called kitten. So children, in this way, so all these animals can give birth to their young babies, and the young babies are called with a certain name for each animal. Example, dog. The young baby of dog can be called as puppy or pup, and the young baby of cow is called calf. The young baby of cat is called kitten, whereas the young baby of lion is called cow. So in this way, so all these animals can give directly birth to their young babies, and so after giving birth, they will grow into a adult one, and the adult one gradually grow into a older one, and finally they will die. So whereas in the meantime, the adults again give birth to their young babies, and again they will give birth to their young babies. In this way, this process of reproduction will be continued in these animals. That's why they are able to continue to live on this earth for more years. So children, so this is the first type, that is some animals which give directly birth to their young babies. So now let us see the next second type of reproduction. That is, what is the second type of reproduction?